at the AIM Congress, as part of the Visionary Forum in Abu Dhabi, organized by the Agency for Strategic Initiatives of the Russian Federation. Discussions were held on the image of the future world order. The experts held a number of events, including the session The Future of the New Structure of the World, exploring new frontiers in global trade and technology. At this session, experts discussed the changes in the global technological landscape. Indian politician and former Minister of State for Foreign Affairs Meenakshi Lekhi expressed the opinion that today the key role of Russia and India in maintaining and promoting dialogue between East and West is obvious to everyone, because these two states are not just countries with high economic potential, but also countries with high spiritual potential. In his speech, Dr. Sergei Dvorianov, Vice President of the BRICS Culture Media Forum, touched upon the dialogue between East and West and emphasized the importance of developing spiritual identity as a basis for understanding the laws of the spiritual evolution of human civilization.
And I will give the word to Mr. Sergei Dvorianov, and I will change a bit my moderation style, but I'm not asking him a question, but letting him present what he's doing. In such a digital world where we talked about algorithms, where we talked about tech, Mr. Sergei Dvorianov is putting together almost 2 billion of people under BRICS and on the most analogical areas of expertise in the world, which is art, culture, media, and also diplomacy. So this is exactly what differentiates us from the machines, and that's areas which are harder to replace. So please, Mr. Sergei Dvorianov, Dr. Sergei Dvorianov, please let us know what we are doing to put so many people together.
Thank you so much. Salam alaikum to everybody. Namaste, namaskar. Здравствуйте. Будьте здоровы. I'm so happy to be here, actually, friendly. First of all, I would start my speech, my special thanks to organizers, AIM Congress, vibrant Congress, shipped from Dubai to Abu Dhabi, which is the capital of UAE. Special thanks to Agency of Strategic Initiatives of Russia, and to our vibrant moderator, Mr. Filippo. And I'm very in privilegious position, but because I'm last speaker, I'm more closer to conclusion. And very carefully I listen all speeches. Start with Mr. Marco. He mentions that we have two identities. First identity is our physical identity, and the second, our digital identity. I am completely disagree with this opinion, because we have a lot of identity. We have our own social identity, family identity, we have our culture identity, we have our national identity, but most powerful and most important, for my opinion, because I'm a religious person and I'm representative of Russian religious school, most powerful is our spiritual identity. That's why we can see that right now United Emirates, which is not democracy at all, it's a monarchy, but very successful state and country, and even British, they start to move and shift from vibrant London, UK to Dubai. We know that right now Dubai, Abu Dhabi becoming like an international city, most powerful. Why? I will tell you why. It's very simple answer. Because government, they very carefully keep their spiritual identity. Spiritual identity can transform us to be responsible, because we believe that God will check all our actions. Come to our speaker, vibrant speaker, a gentleman who is a scientist and create his platform about reputation. Frankly speaking, for my opinion, like religious philosophy, reputation is nothing. It's a fake identity. Reputation to be humble, reputation to be not selfishness, but to be serve to others, to be open heart, to pray more. That is a real reputation. All other is like a artificial identity of the humanity. Come to the main point. What is our discussion about? What is the main topic? Future. What we can expect? How we can make this world in balance? because right now we completely, we're not in balance. We can see that our material progress and all criteria of this progress, they in conflict with our spiritual identity. That's why I come to the speech of Meenakshi Lekhini. She mentioned about Global South, and thanks God, after G20 from India, we took this topic of Global South in our Kazan Global Summit in Russia. We can see that West and Western civilization is not geographically, we cannot extend it geographically. I agree with Meenakshi Lekhini that Japan is a part of Western civilization. Criterion of Western civilization is to be dominant and use all material progress to their power, not to serve, but to colonize, to expand, to be like a superpower. This shift us to the big problems. And when we're talking about the future, first of all, we have a lot of challenges. For example, difference between extremely rich people and extremely poor people. Environment, terrorism, against ocean and plastics, a lot of challenges. But I completely believe that most important challenge in those days, which we not even understand properly, is challenge of artificial intelligence. And then all humanity will come to such kind of problem which we are create ourselves. That's why, for my opinion, we can see that, for example, Donald Trump, he's such a hero who can break down stereotypes. Because before Russia and America was in the big war, he came to power and tells that we should discuss our possibility for dialogue. Win-win situation. If we are really want to be survive, if we want to be alive on this planet, it's only dialogue, it's only possibility to discuss how we can move together in win-win strategy. Diplomacy, absolutely. But come to the diplomacy. Most important in diplomacy to recognize where we can create such a kind of platform where everybody can be satisfied, everybody can be useful. Look to the example of United Emirates. Here you can see that Indian and Pakistani are not enemy. They're friends. They do trading together. They can make some friendship. They can do some cricket match together, cricket like a competition. Very lovely. That's why, for my opinion, it's the future of civilization to increase our spiritual identity. And we should make some spiritual education. That is a real strategy of the future. And I would like, in my last part of my speech, come to your question, vibrant question. What is the special, we can say, attractiveness of Ryazan region? For my opinion, I like to be a religious philosopher and be like part of Russian culture. It's my culture identity. Ryazan region most famous because famous Russian poet Sergei Yesenin, again like me, Sergei, was born here. And he's such a wonderful personality. Because what is good with Russian nation, that Russian open heart to all nationalities. And Sergei Yesenin prepares special poetry about Persian culture.
He features human capital.
Exact human capital. Exact. You extract my ideas.
The spiritual identity as well.
Yeah, exactly. I can see that a similarity between us. That's why I would like to analyze my speech, to speak small part of the poetry of Sergei Yesenin, and then I'll translate it to English. Not to Persian language, but at least to English you can understand, you can touch the tradition. First I will start with Russian language, and then I'll translate to English. Thank you so much. В Харасане есть такие двери, где обсыпан розами порог. Там живет задумчивая Перри, но открыть двери я не смог. Now we're coming to translation. It's such a
I
beautiful
want you standing in the translation. I want you standing and acting.
Yes, thank you so much. Because it's like emotional waves, you know. It's again my privileged position that I took all energy from all the speakers and accumulated, and right now I can spray. Such a beautiful city, Khorasan in Persia. Why is it so famous city? Because it's a house of the beauty lady, and she lives in some castle, in some palace. And in this palace, the doors of this palace with the rose petals around. But unfortunately, I come to that city, I came to that palace, to these doors, but I cannot open these doors, unfortunately. That is the poetry, that is the Russia, that is Sergei Rязань. Welcome to Rязань.
East-West dialogue and prospects for the development of the BRICS alliance. After the successful and historic BRICS summit in Kazan in 2024, during Russia's presidency of the expanded alliance, we can state the split that has formed within the Western alliance of economically highly developed countries of the world. The famous slogan, "The West is always the best," is being questioned by the very course of history. Today, America is in conflict with Europe and Canada, and many understand that on the one hand this is a battle for resources, because Donald Trump and his ambitious team led by Elon Musk are developing in a paradigm of aggressive trade, expansion, and maximizing profits. On the other hand, one of the watersheds of conflict within the Western alliance, paradoxically, is the clash of traditional and liberal values. Trump is focused on traditional values and opposes all kinds of gender revolutions and the dominance of transgender people in key institutions, as this can lead to very disastrous results. And the fire in Los Angeles has once again clearly demonstrated this. That's why both Trump and his vice president, J.D. Vance, supported right-wing politicians and the conservative turn in Europe. Trump relies on the white population of America and traditional values. This is his electorate, and it is objectively the most creative force of the American economy in the context of skills, qualifications, scientific and cultural potential. Today, in order to prove to his electorate that he is capable and politically sound, it is imperative for Trump to demonstrate real achievements in dialogue with Russia and personally with Vladimir Putin in resolving the Russian-Ukrainian conflict. At the same time, Trump is reacting much more aggressively to the successes of the BRICS alliance than even Joe Biden and his administration did before him. In our opinion, these misunderstandings of such a negative attitude towards BRICS on the part of Trump himself and his team, including public threats to impose sanctions, can be easily corrected through constructive dialogue and discussion of a mutual victory strategy. This strategy is based on the philosophical approach of understanding freedom as interdependence and responsibility. The higher the degree of freedom, the higher the level of understanding of responsibility and interdependence. This paradigm can lead to a new situation of a reset of relations, when the United States itself will be able to clearly see the benefits of cooperation with the alliance in the BRICS Plus format. Trading for world peace. Trump's slogan could make him a Nobel Peace Laureate.